Okay. New York City has seen its share of political scandals over the years, but nothing quite like what it has now. Mayor Eric Adams, a former policeman, has been indicted for bribery, wire fraud, and soliciting illegal foreign campaign contributions. The case runs from his time as the Brooklyn Borough president to his term now in Gracie Mansion. Several of his close aides and city officials are under FBI investigation as well, and Adams insists he is innocent. Governor Hochul has the authority to remove him from office. So, Tara, should she exercise that power?
Not at this time. Basically, he's been indicted. He hasn't been found guilty. He's entitled to his day in court. Now, the bigger argument is he going to be able to be an effective mayor while he's having his day in court? And that is where many of those who are urging the governor to go ahead and basically remove him from office, that's their argument, is that he can't be effective because he will be focused on these indictments. So right now, I don't think so. But as this progresses, as more information comes out, she needs to retain that option.
Well, we're waiting for more information. I mean, even if more information comes out, he's still innocent until proven guilty.
Technically, he is, but that principle has pretty much been lost in so much. But I do hope that the governor sticks to it, that he is innocent until proven guilty. But I would agree with Tara that this is the mayor of a major city that has major issues, low-performing schools, historically low-performing schools, a police officer shortage, migrant crisis, and other major issues. And the only real power that an executive has is the power to persuade others to do what needs to be done. And part of that rests in the integrity of the executive, him or herself. And so I think some of that has been eroded. But having said everything I did about innocent until being proven guilty, there's quite a bit of a smoking gun here. Because even though it was staff members who were passing along these emails and texts so that he doesn't have his hands on the actual evidence, it's hard for me to imagine that he wasn't aware that you have these lavish first-class seats, you've got these lavish hotel rooms, and as a person who's responsible for taxpayer monies, you ought to have been asking, where's this money coming from? And if it's coming from taxpayers, we shouldn't be spending this much money. Sit and coach.
No first-class seats. Jenny?
Yeah, so my concern is more with the reality we seem to find ourselves in, that foreign agents are trying to influence the politicians, not just at the federal level now, but now at the local level with municipalities. So it worries me a lot that we are seeing this sort of influence peddling happening by countries around the globe. And if it's happening in New York, where else is it happening?
Okay, Luke?
I think Hochul's in a difficult position. Obviously, you don't want someone with multiple corruption allegations running the largest city in the country, and she's the only one with the power to remove him. I think one of the challenges is, even though I think there's little doubt across the board that Adams engaged in inappropriate behavior, whether it's going to meet the legal standard and he's going to be convicted of these things, we have to remember the courts have made it harder to convict elected officials of corruption. And so it's no slam dunk that he's actually going to be convicted, even though most people think he did these things. So I think she's doing the right thing to not remove him, and instead what she's doing is making sure he's removing everybody else around him who's entangled in these things. And I think that's where behind the scenes she's been exercising power.
And here's the other thing that she has to think about is the potential impact on the presidential election, because he has gone after Biden and accused the Biden administration of sort of coming up with this prosecution simply because he'd criticized them. So let's see where that goes.